So here's that poplar, and it's all stacked semi in the shade with battens between it all, and this is on bearers, as you can see down the bottom, and there are 4 bearers and they've all been leveled up, so they're all equal, so the stack won't bend, and the sticks or the battens, they're in line with the bearers. So there you go. It's not out in full sun. This end is facing sort of southeast, so I will cover that up with a piece of tin just to stop it drying too quick. But on top of that, we're going to paint the ends. There we go. It blocks the pores up on the end so that moisture cannot escape from the end grain, and I shall paint the other end as well. And all the details of this and all the drying processes and the various timbers are in this book, which are distilled experiences over the last 30 years. So if you're interested in homegrown timber, that's one of the things that is useful to read. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with painting this. And of course, when we were using a lot of homegrown timber, I would save up all the odd cans of paint that you'd find in skips and all that sort of thing, and mix them all together. It's just anything to seal the end of this timber. And as you can see, this is pretty goopy stuff, but it will do the job. You're trying to prevent the end from splitting because it's drying. It will dry out quicker than the middle of the board, so therefore the end effectively gets smaller whilst the middle of the board is trying to keep it larger. And this is where I came up with this idea about ring shake in certain timbers. It's all to do with the fact that timber moves with the moisture content. There's that big fat board there, it's 12-inch wide. I'll show you, I did a little bit of video about that board earlier on. Beautiful. And when this dries, that heartwood will stand out once it's varnished, and it almost looks like walnut. If you stain the whole lot down just slightly, you'd go, that's walnut. There we go. And of course, a piece of tin on the top to keep all the weather out, and some bits of concrete or old tyres, cylinder heads, paving slabs, anything you want. Then that does 2 things. 1, it stops the tin blowing off, and 2, it transfers a bit of weight down to keep the stack stable and to try and prevent any bending and warping. In the past, when we were doing a lot again, I would have some bits of kitchen worktop that I would put on the battens on the top of the last layer of boards, and then I put the tin on top of that. And this is all to do with keeping the moisture gradients even, and so that the top boards have effectively got another board on top of them, which is sacrificial, which of course was the kitchen worktop. and then the tin on top to keep the water out. So I'm going to cover this end up now from the sun, and we shall just leave it for 3 or 4 months and then try the moisture content. This time of the year, yeah, if we don't get too much rain, this poplar will dry quite rapidly. It'll be down to 20% in 3 or 4 months. Hopefully you found that interesting, informative, and check out the book. I will put a link to it in the description, but there's a link also on my channel page under About. And I will catch up with you soon. Cheers for now.